Alright, so this is the Castaway Ostrich Escape Tokyo. This map is very good. It is also very hard. I'm gonna do a guide for it. I'm gonna put basically the solutions in the description, so if there's a puzzle you're stuck on, follow that. But I'll make this video for people that need a visual to go with it. Big thing with this map is it's pretty big, so you might get lost. So the first thing you need to do, come in here, grab this. This will be a puzzle for later. We're going to take the elevator up. Basically, we got to solve these rooms. We got to figure out which ones have a vacancy and which ones don't. So you're going through all these rooms. The ones with luggage or things in them mean somebody's in there, and the ones that are empty mean they're not. Basically, this is going to give us the occupancy number. So each room that's occupied, we click off here. 2, 3, 5, 7. For the next puzzle, we're going to go through this acid here. It does 150 damage. So we need to make sure we eat some stuff from the general store. The next puzzle is up here, is in here, is the light puzzle. Now, if you want to just turn them on, they'll flicker the amount of times in the order of where they're supposed to be. So this one will be 1. This one will flicker twice. That's the second one you turn on. Third. Fourth. Fifth. And sixth. Through here, this will solve our next puzzle, which will get us a gas can. So that if you go on the other side, these stars will equate to what we need. Now you'll also may realize some of them are blacked out, but they're in between 2 other colors. So we're going for the shapes that are in there. We already seen the lock was over that way. What we do, just want to show in here, there's going to be a puzzle in there, and these clocks are going to be relevant to a puzzle I'll show later. Come on over here to this lock. So if we just want to go off of the shape should be sun, beaker, and fist. This door sometimes is a little sticky. Let's grab some gas cans. Now, there are 2 parts that we can do right now. The first one's going to be solving this. And the second option will be using those clocks to figure out a code. So these clocks would be 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and that's for a lock up ahead. Let's just open up this here. This will give us the bar. And it'll also give us this nice code here, which is going to be used in the cipher later. Going down the subway will reset your inventory, just a heads up. Right, so this is where you put in the colors. So 6 o'clock. Black is 2 o'clock. Blue is 9 o'clock. Pink is 5 o'clock. So if we take note, these rooms will correlate the colors within the library. And we'll have to fuse the fish in here for a different puzzle later. So Samurai will be orange. Plants green. Dark blue for workout equipment. And there's alien stuff in this purple room. Like I said, this place is built like a maze, so don't worry too much about getting lost. So purple. Green. And if you just keep going, you'll cycle through the colors. It's fine if you miss the color you were aiming for. This one will be dark blue. So, because of that alley, we know light blue is 1. Now, this will be used to solve the grocery store puzzle. And these books will be later used to solve the seating puzzle as they're numbered and stuff. But that's at the end. So, I'm just going to go in here before we solve the grocery puzzle. We're going to do the dumpster puzzle, which is in here. So we're just going to gas up all these cars. So this is going to be for a later puzzle. We might as well just do this now since we're in the neighborhood. So, basically what you want to do is you want to use these dumpsters to figure out which one they come out, which one you go in to go out of, the arrow being the start. So you came out and went into this one. So if you go into this one, it's not going to send you back to the arrow one, it's going to send you to the next one in the puzzle order. So, with that information, if we go through all of them, we'll eventually figure out which one. So we got to go back to the laundromat, and that'll turn the colors on for these rooms. So let's do the long journey. So these switches will correlate to the placements, and you'll see arrows, TVs. I'll call that plug. I don't really know what it is. So 1. We popped out. We were over here on the clear part. So 2. When we popped out again, we were on the TV that was beside the arrow. So this one, TV. We popped up here, plug. So, that color cycle that was in the library is going to denote the colors that are on these. So, if you're playing with a friend, you can mark down what color equals what, or just grab a sheet. I recommend doing this map with a sheet, because there's going to be a lot of math, because you're going to have to calculate the value of these 2 bananas, 1 piece of meat, 2 cabbages, 3 mushrooms, and 1 taffy. And essentially, you work it out based on the colors and such, and you will add it all together, and you should get 825 as your number. That's what works. Just got some coins. We use the coins in this little area here. There's like a pawn shop. To grab a harpoon gun, which we will use for fishing to solve the fishing puzzle. That's right here, fishing puzzle. And the actual fish are in the storage area. This way. So you collect the fish. To empty it out. And you'll get a number for this. Just go grab another. Just gonna grab another gun. Realistically, you need about 3 harpoon guns for this to empty out the pool. 3 or 4. I'm just gonna get a few so you can see the different type of fish, and then I'll enter the code. So eventually when this hits 0, which you'll see up there, there's still 6 left, we'll have our answer for the puzzle. The answer to it should be 5, 2, 2. There will be 4 floppers. And there should be 3 spicy fish. Alright. Do take note of the color of these pipes. It'll be used in a puzzle for later in the bar. Alright. So we're going to go in here. This is the subway. Gonna take the gas can. We're going to blow up this. Boom. Now, it's going to spawn some trains. You're going to have to count these guys on the train as each one passes. Also note there is a room up here that you have to go into for a puzzle at the bar. So, if you count all the passengers in the bar, you'll get the code, or the train, you'll get the code for this. So there should be 8 robots, 5 gnomes with a blue hat, and 4 cats. So we enter that. So this puzzle is one of the harder puzzles in the game. This one here is going to be activating phones based on the order there. And before I leave here, I just want to try and get up there, because you'll have to take a photo of what's up there. Up there is the different drinks for the bar and the original color, which then you have to go back to the pipe and use the pipe to denote the change of color, which will show what's on the tabs. Alright, we're going to do this phone puzzle. So this phone puzzle, there is 6 phones that have to be activated. So we'll just head out. The first phone is by the fish shop. Right here. And you'll probably get lost in this. The next one will be by the garage if you use the map. The next one is by the pawn shop, harpoon spawn area. The next one is by the light apartments that we just did a little while ago. If you screw up like I just did there, you're just gonna have to start again. So you only have to do it once. So that was 1. 2. 3. 4. Next one's at the bar. Bar. And then the final one should be at the original spawn point where we started all of this. So around here, right here. Alright. It should give us access to get a key. So if you go into the pawn shop, you may notice in there that'll open up this, which will make you be able to grab this key card. And then we're going to take this, we're going to go back to the hotel. Alright, and we're going to enter code 978. And how you get this code basically is you'll see that these numbers go up. So 534, 645, 758, 867. So the next number will be 978. Alright, we need the key to escape, so that's one of the two things we need. Alright, so going back to the garage before we put all the gas in those cars. And we're going to park them based on the color. This is going to take a bit of time. You're gonna get into this elevator, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna listen to the song, and it's going to play a different instrument every 5 seconds, and we're gonna go to the bar and finish the bar quest. Alright, so that's the bar song. Now, with the place in the subway in the upper portion, as well as the pipe room that we've been to, we can be able to infer the color of this, but we just need to know what order we have to place them behind this. So, we're going to have to figure that out by starting the instruments. So you want to start the drums, and then 5 seconds you want to start the piano. 10 seconds you want to start the bass. 15 guitar. 20 saxophone, and 25 mic. So this is going to be an order of the drinks, and up in the above the train that I was struggling to jump in, there will be the different drinks and colors. You follow those pipe colors. I'm taking a screenshot, go to the pipe room, they'll change colors to match these, and then you got to enter them this way. Now, since we already have that done, the code is green. Green will be slurp. First, nitro is red. Shield is blue, and slap is white. So green, and then we go red, then we go blue, and then we go white. 4 down, then we go red again, and then we go blue, and then we go red, and then white. Alright, we gotta figure out these recipes. So, the first one, a little protein topped with nothing from a plant or animal, and just might leave you a little tipsy, would require us to go to the grocery store. So each recipe is going to use a different fish, so that's why we went and grabbed the fish again. So the second recipe should be pizza, meat, and spicy fish. And we're just going to keep running back and forth between the shop and that puzzle. Alright, and the third dish will be cuttlefish, guzzle juice, and slapberry. That's cute, the Gordon here. Alright. So, it may seem like we're done everything. There's one last puzzle. Alright. So each one of these corresponds to a seat we can see in the game. They also correspond to a location. We know the order based on the books in the library and the way they are numbered and the items and which ones they pertain to. So I'm just going to show you the seat order. So the first one is going to be in the library. So we're going to go to the library here. And these are where the books are at, so if you need to look. 2. So, first one is right here. The next one is in the laundromat by the fan. The next one's the lawn chair, and this is by the apartment. There's storage area. Okay. The next one is at the restaurant that we were just in. And it's the one right in front of the dragon. So this one here. The next one's in the bathroom at the supermarket. The final one in the subway station. So, if it doesn't work, you just repeat it again until it does. So, first seat, library. Laundromat. Then launcher. So yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work. You just have to keep trying. When this train comes, we board it, and it's going to ask for 2 ingredients. The one we got, the key, and the thing from all the recipes. And with that, we're done.